And now on the line is Paula Leonard. Paula is the CEO of the Alcohol Forum. Paula, welcome back to Near FM.
Thank you very much, Darren.
Okay, Paula, we are recording this interview on Tuesday, the 3rd of June, and tomorrow and on Thursday you have a couple of big events coming up as part of your Festival of Prevention. Can you tell me, Paula, what is this Festival of Prevention you have this week and about the events you have as part of it?
Yeah, we actually have a pretty big lineup, actually, of events and actions that are happening throughout the week. So we're launching a new third-level university certificate in building safer communities through Atlantic Technological University. That is the first sort of specialised training programme anywhere in the European Union that will teach anyone who comes in the programme about building safer communities and using the World Health Organization approach to reducing and preventing alcohol harm. So that fits in really nice with Festival of Prevention. So how do you do it? Who do you involve? What do you do about price of alcohol, marketing of alcohol, availability of alcohol? How do you promote screening and brief intervention? And how do we start to talk about the realities of road traffic deaths related to alcohol, catastrophic injuries related to alcohol, and how do we prevent those, or at least reduce the picture of harm? So that certificate's been launched. We're launching a workbook for building safer communities. We have 12 communities in Ireland that are using the World Health Organization package of safer, and that's been evaluated by Trinity. So we're launching the reference book, sort of the workbook for communities, at our seminar on Wednesday. We have a film launch tomorrow. We have a national steering group meeting tomorrow afternoon, and then we have the seminar on building safer communities all day Thursday. And our special guest for that is actually the Senior Technical Officer for World Health Organization from their head office in Geneva. Dag Revke is visiting Ireland to congratulate us on the work, to celebrate with us as part of the Festival of Prevention, and to acknowledge all the work that's happening here. Because we are the first country in the European Union that has attempted to, deliver safer interventions as a package at community level. And that's really exciting. So that's sort of in a nutshell some of the things that are happening. And we're almost fully booked out for the movie, and we're almost fully booked out for the seminar.
Okay, that's very interesting. And as you know, I interviewed Anne King from the HSC last week, talking about your event in the Canal communities. Can you tell me more about the film, Paula?
So the film is called Unmasking Influence, and really it is looking at not just the alcohol industry, it's also looking at the pesticide industry, the food industry, the tobacco industry, and the alcohol industry, and gambling, and also there's a little bit about sort of social media and the impact that very large corporations are having on our health, how they're influencing governments across the world, how they're influencing health policy across the world, how they're interfering with academic research. And the film Unmasking Influence looks at the sort of work of about 6-7 activists across the globe, including myself. I'm honoured to be part of the film. And it is interviewing them about their work, why their work matters, and what the challenges are. Because some of those activists have faced, huge challenges and huge opposition from very strong, very large, very rich global corporations that have tried to interfere with their work and what they're trying to achieve. So I'm really excited because the producer of the film, Dr. May Van Shalkwick, is visiting Ireland and coming to be part of the Q&A. Mark Pettigrew, professor and a leading expert in this field. Professor Emeritus Tom Baber is visiting from Connecticut. He flew in this morning. And the Q&A will be chaired by none other than Terry Prone. So yeah, it promises to be a really exciting event tomorrow for those people who've been lucky enough to get a ticket.
Yeah, Terry Prone also. I've read a couple of other articles in the Irish Examiner over the years. She seems to be good on some social issues, doesn't she?
Yeah, and I suppose Terry Prone has been very clear in her own work and in her own writing that, industries have a place. They have a place as employers. They have a place, in the marketplace. But, she did write an article a number of years ago when we were campaigning around, the involvement of drink aware in school-based activities in Ireland. And I quote from that article, she was saying they have no place in mopping up the harm that's done by the products that they sell, and that's the business for government, it's the business for communities, it's the business for independent public health interventions, and that's really what we need to protect.
Okay, Paula, I know you're saying the film is nearly booked out for Wednesday, I think it is. Will the film be available to see if people want to watch it another time? Will they be able to rent the film or anything, like, if you know?
Well, at the moment, this is the global premiere, and we're really excited to be hosting that. There is another event on in August, I think, in London, which is where the filmmakers are based. So it's been developed by the Commercial Determinants of Health Research Group, based in the UK. So their launch is on later in the summer. Now, my understanding is that it will be available through them, sort of after that, sort of towards the back end of this year. But right now, the Irish Film Institute in Temple Bar is the first place in the world that you can see it, and you won't be able to see it publicly until late this year. So, yeah, I suppose that's exciting for us. We are thrilled, we are busy, and we're excited. And, look, I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone who can make it along to those events. And sure, we might see yourself over the next couple of days, Darren, okay?